Hey, this is Mike at Astro Apostle, and you just want to know where did the clear skies go? Looks like I'm gonna have clouds all day and all night tonight, maybe for the next couple of days. And I was thinking this might be a good opportunity to do a short on telescopes. Now, there are a lot of content providers putting out telescope reviews on the various telescopes that you could buy, and sometimes you get caught up in their reviews and you do what I do and you go out and you buy 7 telescopes, and you find that with the telescopes that you have, maybe several of them have the same or approximately the same focal length, and you really want to get up close, you want to get detailed and personal, and you might wonder, well, are the images going to be different on one telescope from the other? And yes, they could be, depending on how you set your telescope up. If you're using eyepieces, no, whatever you see, no matter what telescope you look at, the image is probably going to be the same. You might get a larger field of view depending on the type of telescope that you're using. You might get a little closer in detail depending on the focal length of the telescope. But from one telescope to the other, the objects in the sky are going to be the same. The moon is going to be big no matter what telescope you're looking at. Jupiter will be Jupiter, Venus will be, Saturn will be Saturn. And you may have to tweak it with Barlow's if you're doing visual in order to get an enlarged view. Same thing if you're using a camera. Now, I didn't really focus, so I purchased several telescopes which didn't necessarily match the pixel size of the original telescope that I bought, but I purchased enough that I have a choice to use on either of my telescopes that are really compatible with the sensor size and the focal image point of the camera and telescope. But I just advise beginners, don't go out and buy a bunch of telescopes. Hey, I'm the first one that broke the rule. I shouldn't have went out and bought a lot of telescopes. Secondly, get to know your telescope, both visually and if you're going to do on a photography level. You're going to have to learn some photography if you don't know any photography, which will help you with learning how to use your camera. But you want to match your camera to your telescope, pixel size wise. And that's very important. So looking at the specs, they will give you some kind of indication. Reading up on what particular camera that you're thinking about buying will give you some indication, which telescope or type of telescope that you should use it with, because you will get different results from the various cameras that you put on your telescopes. That's small sensor to wide field or wide field sensor or full size sensor. You will get a different view, and I'm just thinking that, hey, Mike, you should have paid a little bit more attention instead of just doing the shotgun approach to getting into the hobby. But since I have a day off, this is my job, I have a day off, I can go back and read on the various telescopes that I have. I have refractors, I have a Smith Cassegrain, I have a Maxitov Cassegrain. And I can look and see really which cameras that I have are good for the telescope that I'm interested in using. Now, so that's important. You know, again, unless you got a big budget. At one time, I had a big budget, you know, and you like spending money, and it looks like, I hate to say it, I was into spending money. I purchased a lot of things that I wished I had sort of waited on. Now I'm learning how to wait after I didn't kind of burn my satchel. And I just think that this would be a good tip for anyone getting into the hobby. You know, sort of, because I rushed into it wanting to do astrophotography, not knowing anything about equipment or cameras or the deep sky. Now, almost 2 years later, you know, I've got to go back to the learning how to use my setup from a visual point of view, which means manual alignments as opposed to automatic alignments or electronic alignment. And you know, aligning the finder scope with the telescope, depending on which telescope that I'm using, learning the mount and any issues you might run into running your mount through the evening, and being able to identify objects in the sky. Because from an eyepiece point of view, I'm assuming if you're in a border one area, then nebulas are really going to be standing out. Galaxies will more likely really be standing out, but if you're in a light polluted area, I think, you know, or in a lightly clouded area, it's going to be a wash. You're not going to really see as much. Your eye won't pick it up. A camera can pick it up, but our eyes won't be able to pick it up. And that was probably why I wanted to go into the astrophotography area, because I want to not just see it, I want to capture it during my process. And you probably will too, but again, so that you can keep everything fixed and really functional through your sessions, whichever way you go, you're going to want to know your telescope, and you're going to want to know both the particular pixel size camera you should use, whether it's color camera or monochrome camera, because that'll be important too. Some images stand out better monochrome. Some cameras give you a lot more color detail, you know, or range of detail with when it's a color camera. So you're going to need that. And that way you can kind of fix your budget. You don't have to worry about buying some that you are having difficult using. I won't say that you won't ever need it, because I purchased items and later discovered that, oh man, this is what I need to use this. Some things I bought, I even forgot I had them until I got ready to buy them. And then I said, let me go through the boxes, and bang, there it was. I had one already. So I don't want to keep it long. I wanted to make a short video on just be wise in your effort with regard to getting into this hobby, so that you don't get frustrated, you don't get disappointed, you don't exhaust yourself in the efforts of trying to learn all the different aspects of this hobby. You don't spend a lot of money and wish you hadn't, you know, got into it. It's just a better way for you to save if you, again, learn what it is you want to do, what telescope or tools will help you to do that what you want to do, and then your most affordable path that you can take in order to acquire the equipment that you need. Because going to star parties, you're going to have to tear it all down, pack it all up, take it to the star party, set it all up, and you want to have that like as easy a process as some of the providers on YouTube are showing us. And I'm thinking, well, I want a short tube telescope, but short tubes are 600 millimeter or less. Well, I have an 854 millimeter telescope, so I don't need to go out and buy a short tube. I have 180 short tube, a 243 millimeter telescope, but to really get in the 11 inch, the 14 inch, the 20 inch, now we're talking over 2,000 millimeter telescopes, 2,500 millimeter telescopes. And once you get over that, now you're into, it's got to be permanently installed in the backyard, because you're not going to want to be picking that baby up and carrying it all around. The mount is going to be, you're going to be like dragging a steel ball and chain, trying to move that every time you want to go to a dark site. So I hope this helps. If it does, leave me a comment, give me a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you have comments, okay, I didn't do it right, I didn't say it right, there's something I left out, something I should have put in, please put it in the comment to help me build the channel. Your subscribing will help me build the channel for beginners, which is what I want to do, build a channel for beginners. And I hope that you will have clear skies.